This is going to be the first video where I'm going to talk about creatives. It's going to be a multiple-part series where I'm only going to focus on creatives, how to create them, where to find them, what makes a good creative. I'm going to tell you everything about creatives and to maximize your chances of success in dropshipping. Because I would say that creatives are the second most important thing in dropshipping as a whole, okay? Number one is the product, and after that, the creative is the thing which decides if your product is gonna go well or not, okay? So, it's gonna be extremely valuable to you to have the skill of making great videos. And it's either gonna be you making videos, or you editing videos, or you directing influencers or people who are gonna make custom content for you to make great videos for you, and then you edit that, okay? So it can be very different things. However, we're gonna focus on all of that in those videos. All right, so let's get started with the basics. When it comes to creatives, there are more important parts of the video and less important parts. And the first couple of seconds are by far the most important ones, okay? That's gonna determine if people stop scrolling on their feed or they're gonna keep scrolling and just basically not recognize your ad as anything, okay? That is a really important factor because Facebook will recognize that people are stopping for your ad specifically and watch the whole thing or watch at least multiple seconds of it instead of just scrolling past. It's going to give you a massive boost in the algorithm, and it's also going to engage more people who are going to then click on your product page and actually buy the product, okay? So, the very first couple of seconds are by far the most important, and there's a couple of things you can actually do to make them perfect. Number one is the scroll stopper. There's one misconception when it comes to the first couple of seconds, the scroll stopper. You have to understand that it does not really matter if you see the product or don't see the product, as long as you have an amazing clip which is targeted to your audience, which is showing something similar to your product or something connected to your product, okay? So it doesn't immediately have to be your product. However, if you choose to go that route and if you choose to not show your product up front, your clip has to be a 10 out of 10. It has to be really good, so you justify the fact that the people don't even know what the product is, okay? So you always have to balance it out. Either you go straight to the point and immediately show the product and show them exactly what the product is about, find the most captivating clip of the product and show it immediately, or you go another route and show a really engaging clip before your product. Let's quickly jump into my screen. I'm going to show you a couple of examples of good scroll stoppers, and then we're going to get back here. So let's imagine you would sell this dog hair trimmer. Pretty basic product, pretty saturated, nothing special. However, imagine putting this clip in front of the video. Let's look at it. Basically, you see how this dog is laying around there, and then you actually realize that it's not a dog, it's just dog hair. So a perfect scroll stopper for the product. It's really good because it's just super captivating. It's about the product, and also it's way better to show this instead of just the product as the first clip. So let's look at the second example. Imagine selling a dog military harness. If you would sell something like this, showing a clip like this one is also great to have as a starter, okay? This is again much better than having just the dog harness shown in the very first couple of seconds because this is perfectly targeted to the niche. You see this military guy, the dog with the military stuff. It's just perfectly targeted and it's also pretty captivating. And you can also see it went super viral as well. Okay, so after the scroll stopper is done, the next thing is the format of the video itself. Okay? It's really important that you have a format which is applicable for Instagram and Facebook. For example, you cannot use a YouTube format like this video is, like 16:9, and expect it to go well on Instagram because it's gonna be so slim in your feed, it's gonna be very easy to scroll past, okay? So the more space it actually takes up on the feed, the better. Basically, horizontal videos are great. Normally, you can get away with like one-on-one formats as well. Basically, the regular Instagram format is one-on-one or 4 to 5. Both of those are great and you can go for those, and you should only use those instead of using anything else. However, you also have to keep in mind that it's great to have a story format, basically like covering the full screen, for actually Facebook and Instagram stories. And it's always great to have either the same video just split up into two variants. Basically, the goal of that will be to fit it perfectly to the feed and to the story. And that's a really great way to do it. You can set it up on Facebook like that and it's gonna be very easy to do, okay? One thing I see most people don't do is use voiceovers, okay? So normally people just have an ad with music on it and some text. And that's okay. However, there's one layer above that, which is going to be voiceover, and they work really, really well if you do it right, okay? I'm also going to show you a couple of examples right here, but before I do that, let me quickly give you the rundown of what's important there. Number one, you have to have subtitles. Most people on Facebook and Instagram don't even hear the sound in the beginning when they see your ad. Okay? So it's really important to have subtitles on so they understand that something is going on and they actually have to activate the sound. That's number one. Number two is this voiceover shouldn't be so salesy, but it should be more like a recommendation, like a person who speaks for their experience. They speak like, I love this product because this and this, look what I got, I'm basically showing off this product, it's so good, okay? And you can actually go on TikTok and look at videos where people review a product. And sometimes they're gonna have a really, really good review and they're not even selling anything. However, because it seems so genuine, people will actually buy that product because it feels like a very good recommendation and just like a friend-to-friend thing where, hey, I had this great experience, I want to share it with you and I want to help you out here, okay? So that format is amazing and it works by far the best, especially if you do it right. Also, what you have to have in mind is your voiceovers, a lot of the times, don't have to be perfectly tailored to your product. For example, if you hear somebody on YouTube or on TikTok or on Instagram say, oh my God, I found this cat product, I cannot believe how great it is. If you have that clip, you could actually use that voiceover in your cat niche product because it doesn't describe the product, but it shows how great the product is, okay? So in a lot of the cases, you don't even have to do your own things, you can just take them from wherever, but obviously it's always better to use your own and make it perfectly tailored to your product. However, in the beginning, when you just test things out, you can actually do that, and it's actually exactly the same thing you do with every company out there which is going to do ads for you. They're basically taking random clips off the internet and cutting them together, okay? And you can do the same thing with voiceovers. You basically can just take them, put them on your video, and use your own clips. All right, and now let me show you a couple of voiceover examples.
If you have kids in your house that play with Legos, this is the best invention. It's a storage container for Legos or small toys. The best part is inside there's this mat. So your kids can pull out this mat and have their Legos all spread out so they can find the pieces, but they're not all over the floor. And when you're ready to clean up, you just fold the mat back up and tuck it in the storage container.
So this is one of the best cat purchases I've made. It's a little cat hammock. It's held up by suction cups and it's never fallen on him or anything. He absolutely loves it.
One last tip I want to give you to voiceovers here is watch memes and general videos on TikTok and Instagram to understand how voiceovers are made naturally, okay? A lot of videos which you generally see are gonna have a voiceover, and what you have to do is you have to copy that format of talking and basically replicate it for your product. It's really important to not have like a voiceover which sounds like a TV commercial, because that's not gonna work so well on Instagram. You have to look at things which already went viral and basically replicate that format. That's really, really important. One thing you have to understand about videos is that the line on the top of the video can be extremely, extremely captivating if you do it right. And that's actually a really good thing to split test and to play around with. I would never split test a bunch of captions before I split test the text which is inside of the video on top, okay? That's really important. And if you have that one amazing one-liner which you put there and it stays throughout the whole video, then it will work really, really well. So for example, if we would have some kind of kid product which is targeted for kids between, let's say, 10 and 12, okay? If you would say something like, your kids will never watch TV again, or this product will make your kids hate TV, or something like that, it will be super, super strong because that's exactly what the parents want to hear. That's exactly what the parents' goal is when they buy some kind of product for their kids, if it's a toy, for example, okay? So that's a great way how you can actually use the one-liner, and you can think of something like that in every niche. If it's the main argument why the person would buy, put that in there and basically don't make it too salesy. The one-liner with the kids, it doesn't really sound like a sale. It sounds more like an observation, what you saw when your kids bought this product. okay? In the end of the video, you have to give a call to action. You have to say either click the link below, shop now, get 50% off if you click right now. You have to remind the people that they have to click. It's really important to do that, and if you don't, you're gonna lose out on a lot of traffic. So hopefully you can implement those steps in your videos and actually do all of the things I told you. Also, this is again just the first part of a multiple part series, and a lot of new things are coming. So if you are interested in the next part, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and also if you are interested in a one-on-one consultation call with me personally, click the link below, sign up for a free consultation with me, and we're gonna figure out if we are actually a good fit to work long-term, okay? Also, if you have any questions regarding dropshipping, you can just go ahead and ask me in that call what I think about that and how I can actually help you with those things. And I'm gonna genuinely answer all your questions you have about dropshipping as well. So click the link below and see you either on the call or in the next video. Take care.